So what if I told you that the most important skills your child will ever need for the future, they're not going to learn them in a classroom. They don't come from a textbook or an app. Nope, they're actually nurtured right there at home, in all those little everyday moments. Let's really dig into what that means.
This question right here, this is really the heart of everything we're talking about today. It's a challenge, right? It asks us to think way beyond just grades and test scores and to really focus on what's going to prepare our kids for a world that, let's be honest, is changing faster than we can keep up with.
All right, so what are these big, essential skills? We're going to break down the 3 C's that, everyone from child development experts to futurists agrees are absolutely crucial for navigating whatever comes next.
First up is creativity. And look, we're not just talking about being good at drawing or painting. This is about being able to come up with new ideas to solve any problem, whether that's figuring out a tricky math problem, building the most epic Lego castle ever, or, trying to negotiate for 5 more minutes of playtime before bed. That's creativity in action.
Next, we've got collaboration. In the world we live in now, everything's connected. Being a solo genius isn't enough anymore. You need teamwork to make a real difference. This skill is all about listening, sharing ideas, and understanding that a group can almost always achieve more than just one person can alone.
And finally, curiosity. Oh, this one is the engine behind everything. The future isn't going to reward people who just know a bunch of old answers. It's going to reward the people who never stop asking new and better questions. A kid's constant why, I know it can feel like a lot sometimes, but trust me, it's them building an actual superpower.
Okay, so we know what the skills are. They make sense, but where are they actually learned? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's time we shift our focus away from the school and turn our attention to a place that's way, way more influential. We're kind of programmed to think that all the important learning happens in a formal, structured place, right? Like a classroom. But what if the most powerful learning lab in the world isn't a classroom at all?
Yep, it's your home, your kitchen, your living room, your backyard. That is the #1 laboratory where these skills get tested and practiced and perfected every single day.
Just think about it for a second. Making dinner together? That's a mini workshop in collaboration. Who's going to chop the carrots? Who gets to stir? It's a lesson in creativity. Hey, what if we added a little bit of this spice? And it's a spark for curiosity. Why does the bread dough get all puffy like that? These moments are literally everywhere. So how can we be a little more intentional about all this? Let's get into a really simple, practical playbook. Don't worry, these aren't complicated theories or anything. They're just easy things you can start doing today.
To boost creativity, it's all about creating space. So step back from the fancy kits with all the instructions and just hand over some blank paper or a pile of blocks. And here's a big one. Let your kid get bored. I'm serious. Boredom is where their best, most imaginative ideas come from. And remember to praise their effort, not just how pretty the final drawing is.
Collaboration is something you learn by doing things together. Shared chores are a fantastic start. They teach compromise and teamwork. But honestly, the most powerful lesson is how they see you handle disagreements. When you model what it looks like to be empathetic, you're giving them the ultimate masterclass in collaboration.
And what about fostering curiosity? You get to become a co-explorer. Saying, you know what, I don't know, let's find out together, is so incredibly powerful. It shows them that learning is a journey, not a destination. And turning their questions back to them? That's a good question. Why do you think that happens? That encourages them to start thinking for themselves.
As we start to wrap things up, it's so important to get this one thing. This is not about adding more tasks to your already jam-packed schedule. This is about a fundamental shift in how you see things. Because at the end of the day, your kids learn these skills from you. They're always watching. They absorb your curiosity when you decide to pick up a new hobby. They learn collaboration from how you solve problems as a family. Your actions? That's the real curriculum.
This slide, right here, this is the whole idea in a nutshell. It's the difference between a checklist and a mindset. It's not about outsourcing creativity to a painting class. It's about embracing the messy creativity of just experimenting in the kitchen. It's not just about signing them up for a team sport, but about including them in actual family decisions. It's all about reframing the everyday moments you already have.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. The next time your day gets interrupted by a totally weird idea or a super messy project, or a question that comes at the most inconvenient time,
Just try to pause for a second. Are you going to see it as a disruption to your schedule? Or are you going to see it as a priceless opportunity to help build your child's future?